Jamie Ward.
Well, thanks, Todd. This wonderful arena, normally familiar with tennis, but we're not on a court this weekend. There's no racket, there's no ball. We've got boxing gloves and a ring. The build very much underway here behind us. Let's take you in to just show you a little bit of what is going on. Of course, tomorrow night, all eyes on Mr. Diego Pacheco, who makes his 22nd ring walk. And look how well positioned he is right now at 168 pounds, on the cusp of some mega fights against some mega names in the sport over the next 12 months. As Eddie Hearn reminded us, though, yesterday, it was just over 10 years ago in this great arena that Kell Brook came over to become world champion by beating Sean Porter. And we know that Diego Pacheco very much has world title ambitions, particularly right here in Los Angeles. Who knows who he could be fighting here in the next year or so. All that matters at the moment, though, is what happens tomorrow night right here in this ring that isn't quite built yet, but it will be tomorrow.
All right, more from Jamie throughout the afternoon. But right now, how about we get the weigh-in started? We'll start with our prelim fight. 6 fighters to bring to the stage. And for that honor, I turn it over to Mr. David Diamante.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the home of the LA Galaxy Dignity Health Sports Park here in Carson, California, for the official weigh-in of our big night of world-class professional boxing taking place here tomorrow night. It's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We're sponsored by Bet Online, Stagefront, Everlast, El Mexicano, Apu.com, Riyadh Season, and Drip. And of course, all the fights will go out exclusively around the world live on DAZN. What a fight card we have. 8 fights in total with 4 title fights. So at this time, let's go ahead and start the weigh-in. Let's bring the fighters up to the stage so they can face the scale and face each other. Our first contest, 6 rounds in the super flyweight division. Now making his way to the stage with a professional record of 8 victories, 4 defeats. He's got 2 draws with 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Peleando desde Gómez Palacio, Durango, Mexico. Please welcome David Catrín Vargas. And his opponent now making his way to the stage, his professional record, a perfect one. 5 fights, 5 victories, all 5 of his victories coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Long Beach, California. Please welcome Alexander Alley Cat Getch. Now to the scale, David Catrín Vargas. .116, 116 pounds, bang on for Vargas. And now to the scale, the undefeated Alley Cat, Alexander Getch. .115.6 for Getch, 115.6.
So it's Alex Getch and David Vargas. They'll be opening up the show tomorrow night. Prelim card starts at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. Can Alex Getch keep his perfect record
Getch versus Vargas, 6-round super flyweights. Matchroom Boxing live on DAZN from Carson, California. Our next contest, 6-round super lightweights, now making his way to the stage. His professional record, 7 victories against 2 defeats. He's got 3 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Oceanside, California, Kyle Irwin. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. His young professional record thus far perfect. 5-0 with 1 knockout. Here is the 6-time amateur national champion. He fights out of South Central Los Angeles, California, by way of Guanajuato, Mexico. Please welcome Kristec El Flaco Bazaldua. Bazaldua. Now to the scale, Kyle Irwin. 140.8 for Kyle Irwin. 140.8. Now to the scale, Kristec Bazaldua. 140, bang on the super lightweight limit for Kristec El Flaco Bazaldua. Bazaldua versus Irwin, 6-round super lightweights matchroom boxing, live on DAZN from Carson, California.
All right, so 2 down, 1 to go for our prelim fights. Bazaldua versus Kyle Irwin, the second fight of the night, which leads us to this.
All right, thank you, Todd. Our next contest, 6 rounds, welterweights. Now making his way to the stage with a professional record of 15 victories, 10 defeats, 2 draws. It was 7 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Tepic, Nayarit, Mexico. Alejandro La Ranita Frias. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. Perfect professional record, 9 fights, 9 victories, 7 of his 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, please welcome Fabian Zurdo Rojo. Now to the scale, Alejandro Frias. 146.4 for Frias. 146.4. Now to the scale, Fabian Zurdo Rojo. 145.8 for Rojo. 145.8.
All right, so we'll get ready for the stare down. The final time these two will face off before they square off in the ring here tomorrow night at the Dignity Health Sports Park.
Rojo versus Frias, 6 rounds, welterweights, matchroom boxing live on DAZN from Carson, California.
All right, so that wraps up our undercard, those 3 fights. As for the main card, we had a total of 5 fights, and in those 5 fights, 6 different countries will be represented. Of course, the United States, Poland, the United Kingdom, Colombia, Nigeria, and Mexico. And speaking of Mexico, how about we hear from our sponsor, El Mexicana.
Los mejores momentos de la vida son los que nos llenan el corazón. Momentos que compartimos nuestras auténticas tradiciones y recetas llenas de sabor. Los quesos y cremas marca El Mexicano te brindan lo mejor en calidad y frescura para disfrutar en familia y compartir con futuras generaciones. Y seguir creando momentos inolvidables llenos de felicidad que dejarán huella en nuestros corazones. Somos El Mexicano.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the weigh-in continues. Right now, we're going to go 10 rounds for the WBC Interim Super Flyweight Championship of the World. Now, please welcome to the stage the challenger. A professional record, 3-0, 1 knockout. Here is the 2020 Olympian fighting out of Houston, Texas. Please welcome Captain Ginny Fuchs. And her opponent now making her way to the stage. See, she is the defending interim champion. She's undefeated in her career as a campaign, as a professional, with a record of 16 victories, no defeats. She has 1 draw, with 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the reigning, defending, undefeated WBC Interim Super Flyweight Champion of the World, fighting out of Los Angeles, California. Please welcome Adelaida La Cobra Ruiz. Out of the scale, Captain Ginny Fuchs. $114.4 for the challenger, $114.4 for Captain Ginny Fuchs. Now to the scale, the undefeated defending titleist, Adelaida Ruiz. $113.6 for Ruiz, 113.6.
We're expecting this to be a very entertaining fight, our first fight on the main card.
Ginny Fuchs, Adelaida Ruiz, 10 rounds for the WBC Interim Super Flyweight Championship of the World. Matchroom Boxing live on DAZN from Carson, California.
The next fight we're going to focus on will be in the cruiserweight division. A very interesting character making his U.S. debut, born in Jamaica, raised in the United Kingdom. It's Chev Clark, and he's standing by with Jamie.
Well, let's just take a walk round here as the fighters are waiting to hit the scales. And here is my friend, Mr. Chev Clark. Chev, as Todd just said there, 10th professional fight, but your debut here in America. Enjoyed it so far?
It's been great so far. The reception has been well, and the weather's been great. And I'm looking forward to putting on a blockbuster performance.
F.A. Apoche has had a lot to say this week. He says he's the king of the cruiserweight division. He says he's going to knock you out tomorrow night. What have you made of his energy, and what is your response to him?
You know, everyone can talk, innit? Everybody's always got a plan until we get in the ring. So come Saturday night, we'll see.
And you've likened yourself stylistically to Diego Pacheco. You believe you're the cruiserweight version of him. Why are these American fans going to enjoy watching Chev Clark tomorrow night?
Because, you know, I put them together well. I move well. I don't think you've seen a cruiserweight move like myself. So come Saturday night, it will be an explosive performance. And I'll put them together similar to Diego.
Chev, all the best tomorrow night. Todd, back to you.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy for Chev Clark. If you listen to his opponent, who's nicknamed the Nigerian Pitbull, he said he bet almost his entire purse on himself to win by knockout at 10-1 odds. We'll see if he can do it. Let's get the stare down here in our cruiserweight division. Back to David.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as they're talking about this next fight, I mean, this whole card's great, but this really could be the fight tonight. Cannot wait to see it. As Mr. Eddie Hearn is proud to present 10 rounds for the WBA Intercontinental Cruiserweight Championship. And now please welcome to the stage the challenger. His professional record, 12 victories, 2 defeats, all 12 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Originally from Ughelli, Nigeria, and now living, training, and fighting out of Houston, Texas, please welcome the Nigerian Pitbull, F.A. Tobor Apoche. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. He is the defending champion, professional record, perfect. 9 fights, 9 victories, with 7 of his 9 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Gravesend, Kent, England. Here is the reigning, defending, and undefeated WBA Intercontinental Cruiserweight Champion, Big Chev C4 Siobhan Clark. Now to the scale, the challenger, F.A. Tobor Apochi.
And the new
199.2 for the Nigerian Pitbull, F.A. Tobor Apochi. And now to the scale, the defending champion, Big Chev Siobhan Clark. 199.8 for C4, 199.8 for Siobhan Clark.
Cannot wait for this one. F.A. Apochi telling us today in the fighter interviews, he never wants a fight to go to the scorecards again. Feels like he never gets a fair shake. He trains only for the knockout. And he promises to deliver here in Los Angeles. Chev Clark, a win here Saturday night propels him into a major fight next. This could be the fight of the night, ladies and gentlemen.
and the new. You feeling the spirit? You feeling the spirit? Shaky.
Siobhan C4 Clark, F.A. Tobor, the Nigerian Pitbull Apochi, 10 rounds for the WBA Intercontinental Cruiserweight Championship. Matchroom Boxing, live on DAZN from Carson, California.
That'll be the second fight on our main card coming up. It'll be Mexico versus Mexico. It has to be fireworks between these two. Arturo versus Jesus.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the official weigh-in continues here in Carson, California, as Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing, in association with Toscano Promotions and Zanfer, are proud to present 10 rounds for the WBC Continental America's Super Bantamweight Championship. And now making his way to the stage, please welcome the challenger. His professional record, 21 victories, only 1 defeat, with 15 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former NABF welterweight champion, peleando desde Mazatlán, Sinaloa, Mexico, Jesus Veneno Arechiga. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. He is the defending champion. He is undefeated in his campaign as a professional with a record of 14 victories, no defeats, 1 draw, 8 of his 14 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Sahuayo de Morelos, Michoacan, Mexico. Here is the reigning, defending, undefeated WBC Continental America's Super Bantamweight champion, Arturo Cardenas. Now to the scale, Veneno, Jesus Arechiga. $122, bang on the super bantamweight limit for the challenger, Arechiga. And now to the scale, the undefeated champion, Arturo Cardenas. 121.2 for Cardenas.
Should be a great fight. Combined record of 35 wins, only 1 defeat. Arturo, very active. His 4th fight in just 8 months. Making his debut, though, here at the Dignity Health Sports Park at the War Grounds. It's Mexico versus Mexico in LA tomorrow night.
Cardenas versus Arachiga, 10 rounds for the WBC Continental America Super Bantamweight Championship. Matchroom Boxing in association with Toscano Promotions and Zanfer.
So who knows what mood the crowd will be in after seeing this fight, where both fighters promise fireworks, then head into our main event where we will get a good look at Sugar Eduardo Nunez. What a talent he is. All 27 of his wins have come by knockout, as we go back to David.
All right, Todd, thank you. Right now we're going to do a quick sidetrack. We've got a special presentation from the WBC to Robert Garcia for Jesse Bam's great win. Certificate of Excellence to Robert Garcia, well deserved. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to weigh in the chief support of the evening, as Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing in association with Box Stars and All-Star Boxing are proud to present 10 rounds in the super featherweight division. Now making his way to the stage, professional record 31 victories, 7 defeats, 26 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Arjona, Colombia. Here is a two-time former world title challenger, the Scorpion, Miguel Marriaga. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. Professional record, 27 victories, only 1 defeat. All 27 of his wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Jaguara, Sinaloa, Mexico. Please welcome Eduardo Sugar Nunez. Now to the scale, the Scorpion, Miguel Marriaga. 131.8 for Marriaga, 131.8. Now to the scale, Sugar Nunez. $133, bang on for the knockout artist, Sugar Nunez, 133. Sugar Nunez, Miguel Marriaga, 10 rounds, super featherweights, Matchroom Boxing in association with Box Stars and All-Star Boxing, live on DAZN from Carson, California.
So now we're getting set for our main event as Pacheco will take on Maciej Sulecki. Sulecki, 34 pro wins. He's only lost twice to Danny Jacobs. There's one of them, Demetrius Andrade, the other. He's never been stopped, but Pacheco vows to be the first to do it tomorrow night here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the Dignity Health Sports Park here in Carson, California for the official weigh-in of our big night of world-class professional boxing taking place here tomorrow night. And it's now time to weigh in the main event of the evening, as Mr. Eddie Hearn from Matchroom Boxing is proud to present 12 rounds for the WBO International and WBC USA Super Middleweight Championship. Now making his way to the stage, please welcome the challenger. His professional record, 32 victories, 2 defeats with 12 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Warszawa, Warsaw, Poland. Here is the former WBO International Middleweight Champion and the former World Title Challenger. Please welcome Maciej Sulecki. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. He is the defending champion. His professional record, absolutely perfect. 21 fights, 21 victories, with 17 of his 21 wins coming by way of knockout. He proudly fights out of his home, South Central Los Angeles, California, ranked number 1 in the world by the WBO. Here is the reigning, defending, undefeated, and hard-hitting WBC USA and WBO International Super Middleweight Champion, Diego Pacheco. Now to the scale, the challenger, Maciej Sulecki. $167.4 from Maciej Sulecki. Now to the scale, the undefeated champion, Diego Pacheco. 168, bang on the super middleweight limit. 168 pounds for Diego Pacheco. Diego Pacheco, Maciej Sulecki, 12 rounds for the WBO International WBC USA Super Middleweight Championship, Matchroom Boxing, live on DAZN from Carson, California.
All right, we are here with Maciej Sulecki. You've only been beaten twice by elite-level fighters. You've never been knocked out, but Diego Pacheco vows to be the first man to stop you. What is your reaction?
Walczyłeś z dużo zawodnikami, 32, Maciej 2, nigdy nie byłeś knokautowany, a Diego Pacheco mówi, że on będzie pierwszy.
He looks like smart guy, but talking shit. No way, no way. He don't do this. No way, no way.
All right, so you say he's not going to be able to knock you out. He's never been beaten. What do you have to do to hand him his first pro loss?
On nigdy nie był znokautowany. Co ty musisz zrobić, żeby dać mu jego pierwszą porażkę?
I have to be good. You know, I have to be good fight. I know wiem co potrafię, muszę być lepszy, muszę być sprytniejszy, muszę pokazać samego siebie.
I know what I can do. I have to be smart, quick, and just do what I always do.
Well, good luck to you. One more time, everybody, for Maciej Sulecki.
Straight over to the other side of the stage, Diego Pacheco. Diego, weigh-in done, one sleep to go now. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing, man. You know, nothing more to say. It's go time. Tomorrow night, expect a great fight. And, yeah, let's go. We're going for the knockout.
We know how well positioned you are right now at 168 pounds, but all that matters is tomorrow night. What does this fight represent in the story right now of Diego Pacheco?
Yeah, at the moment, you know, this is all I'm focused on. Maciej Sulecki was in front of me, and just looking forward to an amazing night tomorrow. You know, everyone expecting a war, and that's what we're coming to do tomorrow, to give the fans a great fight.
He says it's too soon, that you've made a mistake, that this man here, Eddie Hearn, has made a mistake, that you can't stop him. If you come looking for the knockout, you'll run straight into a brick wall. Tell your family, your friends, your people how you beat this man tomorrow night.
Just do what I do, man. You know, it's the DP show. You know, tune in and don't blink.
There you go. Best of luck tomorrow night, Diego Pacheco, ladies and gentlemen. And let's bring in his promoter, Eddie Hearn. Eddie, you've been with Diego from 17 to 23 now. You've watched him grow as a man, as a fighter, from a prospect to a real contender now. What do you want to see from him in the ring tomorrow night?
I see something different in his eyes this time. You know, I remember the young man who came into the office at 17. Now he's a real man. He's a strong man, and he's already one of the best 168-pounders in the world. This is the progression from the YouTube theatre to the War Grounds to Staples Centre. This guy's going to be around for a long, long time. Tomorrow is his crunch test so far in his career. He's already ranked #1 in the world by the WBO. This guy is destined for greatness. He's destined for the championship. And tomorrow night he puts out and performs in front of his people in Los Angeles at a great venue on a great night of boxing, a great card. It's the biggest moment of Diego Pacheco's career so far. I know he's ready.
You've been in the middle there for the final head-to-heads. Talk to me about this undercard. What's taken your interest?
Yeah, I think, you know, when you look at the cruiserweight matchup, Chev Clark against Apoche is going to be an absolute war. Look out for Arriachaga against Cardenas. It is an all-out Mexican classic. You know, the girls' fight's incredible. Ginny Fuchs against Adelaida Ruiz as well. And Sugar Nunez, I think he's the new star of Mexican boxing as well. Great action even before the main broadcast. It's a really, really good card tomorrow night. Don't miss it all on DAZN.
Great stuff, Eddie. We can't wait. As he says, all live tomorrow on DAZN. Todd, back to you.
Yeah, limited tickets still available. The undercard begins at 2:30 Pacific time, and the main card begins at 4:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Eastern, exclusively on DAZN. Diego Pacheco, Maciej Sulecki. Tomorrow night, it's our main event from the War Grounds. For the entire Matchroom and DAZN crew, I'm Todd Grisham. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night.
Latinos, somos creadores de momentos, momentos compartidos. Somos tan auténticos como los sabores que nos han unido por generaciones. Somos tradición, como la marca El Mexicano, que ofrece una gran variedad de productos de calidad y frescura, con sabor auténtico, para unirnos y vivir momentos de alegría. Somos familia, porque no hay nada más importante. Somos El Mexicano.